Let's analyze the analytics model. This is an extremely powerful tool that allows you to optimize logistics, in general, both quantitatively and qualitatively. On the main page, we can see that the following reports are available as standard. Dashboard, which displays those indicators that can be adapted specifically to the tasks and policies of your company. Also, there are available such reports as plan versus actual by vehicle, quality of service, geography of clients, cost analysis, rating of drivers, rating of branches, as well as stops out of plan. Let's look at each of the reports in detail. Standard dashboard has such charts as the percentage of late visits, the time deviation in points, which in this example is positive. This means that we need to figure out why that value is so high. If drivers could save time at delivery point, it would be a huge resource for consolidating routes and getting additional savings. Also on the dashboard is a graph of overruns. As we can see, it was approximately 5%. All graphs and charts can be expanded to full screen to see a detailed description of the indicators. Let's do it on the example of the vehicle load graph. We see that with the same load, it was possible to reduce costs by 1 kilogram of delivery over time. Also, an important dashboard table is the branch score ranking, but we will get acquainted with them a little later when we look at the branch rating report. Let's see how the tracking works on actual roads. Let's go to the second analytical unit, plan versus actual. The first indicators are the total overruns for the selected period and the cost per 1 kilogram of delivery. We can display overruns both in kilometers and as a percentage. Let's also expand this graph. We can see the statistics both for a certain period of days and in detail for each day in terms of planned kilometers and actual kilometers. The sequence adherence can be tracked for absolutely every driver. For convenience, turning our graph into a spreadsheet that can be downloaded for further analysis in Excel format. The table displays summary data by every depot. There is a certain number of routes. Also, there is an actual mileage, plan mileage, percentage of overruns, average sequence compliance, average departure delay, time deviation in points in hours, number of unvisited delivery points, and total delivery points that were routed. That is, in fact, a huge resource for savings. If we are interested in a particular day, branch, driver, and so on, we can filter the information through the search tools as well as through the top tabs. Let's pick the branch with the worst performance, a January start date, and a road driver as an example. Thus, we have the opportunity to get detailed information. Let's move on the quality of service report. With this report, we can see the distribution of the number of deliveries made normally and the number with violations. First of all, we can see the structure according to the timeliness of arrival. The green part is the arrival on time. The yellow part is late. The red part is not visited. The blue part is an early visit. By hovering over each color, the analytics system gives us a transcript. Accordingly, we can look at not only the timelines indicator, but also additional indicators of our customer service. Suppose we have such parameters as the average share of lateness, the average unloading time, and the average weight of delivery. This information can be obtained on a point specific basis. For example, let's select customer number 3. This point has been visited all the times during the selected period, and there were no delays to it. Based on the dependence of weight and average unloading time, we can make conclusion whether to calculate for this point for unloading only by weight and dimensional characteristics, or it needs additional time due to the queue for unloading goods on the ramp, or there are other factors. In order to work specifically with problematic points, it's possible to filter by the status of the visit. Customer Geography Report. It displays the location of customers, whereas financial indicators for clients, cost per kilogram by client. We can estimate the cost effectiveness of delivering a particular point. Let's put a filter on the actual cost per 1 kilogram. The most expensive point by this indicator is the client number 10. Clicking on its column, we fall into the location on the map. The bottom chart helps us to see to which segment of delivery cost this customer belongs to. Having removed the filter for a particular client, most of the points we have still belongs to the cost segment up to 1 3, but there are still cost points. We can select this segment to see the name of these points, as well as their geography on the map. To look at the financial side in more detail, you need to go to the cost analysis report, where you can view the cost structure for each point. If your company's employee motivation depends on a certain KPIs, then rating reports for both drivers and branches will help. The scores can be assigned based on which indicators you need to calculate. Let's first look at the example of drivers. Choose a period of 1 month. Each driver had his own number of routes. Scores were awarded for such indicators as visit without delays, compliance with the sequence on the route, if there was an overrun, or if the driver saved kilometers, and also if he visited all the points. Based on the key indicators, the driver Isaac Freeman got the highest score of 96 and is in first place in the ranking. In the branch rating report, the logic of motivation is built in the same way. Problem areas are highlighted in red, and it's possible to make a conclusion with which branch it's necessary to carry out additional work on optimization. If a branch tries to falsify one indicator, it will be visible on the basis of the other indicators, which will be displayed in a worse direction. Also, in the analytics, it is possible to track if the driver had stops out of the route, their duration, and location. The unplanned stops report will help us with this.